Welcome back. 6:51, 58 degrees. Long before Alaska became the hub of reality TV, there was a dream of making Anchorage the Hollywood of the North.
As author Laurel Downing Bill tells us, the man behind that dream was also the catalyst behind one of Anchorage's historic landmarks, which has been in headlines as of late as activists are trying to revive it. The 4th Avenue Theater, now closed and boarded up, was once considered the most luxurious theater west of the Mississippi.
It opened nearly 70 years ago thanks to a man who would eventually become one of Alaska's first media giants, Austin E. Lathrop. But Laurel, Austin didn't come here to get into show business. Instead, I hear it was shipping that brought him to Alaska.
Cap Lathrop heard about the gold rush hitting Cook Inlet, and he wanted to come north and partake in that, but not for the gold. His focus was on shipping and freighting. Austin Lathrop heard that the Alaska Railroad needed transfer men to move all those businesses from the mudflats up onto what we now call 4th Avenue. And so he transferred his Alaska Transfer Company up to Anchorage from Cordova, and he did really, really well. In fact, he expanded then into entertainment and built Anchorage's first theater, the Empress Theater, at the corner of 4th Avenue and H Street.
So, lucky for us, this transition would eventually lead to Alaska's first major motion picture?
Cap Lathrop and some businessmen got together and they formed the Alaska Motion Picture Company because Cap thought that Anchorage could become the Hollywood of the North. Their first production was the Chachacos in 1923, where they used all Alaska actors, all filmed in Alaska. But unfortunately, the 12-reel movie did not go that well in the lower 48. In fact, everybody down there thought it was hokey, so that was kind of the end of those plans.
All right, so the whole reason we're here, when did he eventually end up building this theater here on 4th Avenue?
1941, he started construction on the 4th Avenue Theater, but construction was delayed a bit because of World War II and the materials were needed elsewhere. It was finally completed in 1947. It was an absolutely magnificent theater. It had huge canvases of silver and gold murals in the main house, and then in the lobby, another gold leaf painting of Denali. It could seat 960 people. It was just magnificent. And then Anchorage residents were really in for a treat because they had this wonderful newfangled sign made of neon that could be seen all the way up and down 4th Avenue. So it truly was the most opulent theater in the western United States.
Quite the legacy for Lathrop. Unfortunately, though, this story doesn't quite end well for him.
Well, yeah, Lathrop was well into his 80s, and he would have continued on, I'm sure, except one of the railroad cars carrying coal at his coal mine in Healy River killed him, ran over and killed him in 1950, just 3 years after the theater opened. He is buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Seattle.
And he may be, unfortunately, rolling over in his grave as this theater now in limbo. Not sure what's going to happen to it, but at the very least, his legacy and his name live on right here on the side of the theater. So to bring a little more context to that, of course, so the current owner of the 4th Avenue Theater, Peach Investments, they have plans. They've proposed building a tower, parking garage, and possibly a hotel or condos on the site of that aging building. The company has argued it needs a tax break, though, to make that project viable. So Anchorage's CFO has turned down previous requests for those tax breaks, saying the company needs to demonstrate how that tax break would benefit the public.
Well, I think the public definitely wants to see something of use there. I guess we'll just have to wait and
I would
see.
love for it to continue being a theater in some regard. It's as far as you can tell by those pictures, beautiful on the inside, certainly.